before we dive in, a quick disclaimer. Although we are therapists, this podcast is not therapy and does not replace working with your own therapist. Everything shared here is for general education and conversation only.
Welcome back to Two Anxious Girls. I am Dobby,
And I'm Christina.
and we're two therapists who spend 40 hours a week helping others navigate their lives and the other 128 hours wondering if we're doing ours entirely wrong. And it could not feel more fitting like right now.
Yeah, truly.
A little backstory. We had been recording for the last 20 plus minutes, and I just realized that I never hit record. So here we are re-recording. Welcome.
Happens to the best of us, Steffi. It's okay. Other than that, how are you feeling?
I'm doing okay. Well, we technically already did our check-in, but most importantly, what we did mention 20 minutes ago was acknowledging that this is a holiday weekend, that it's Mother's Day this weekend. Happiest of Mother's Day to you and to all the moms out there and all the women who identified as mothers or, that play a maternal role in someone's life. So
Yeah.
happiest of Mother's Day to you and to
Thank
them.
you,
And
Steffi.
may you be showered with tons of love today and always. I know it's every single day that Mother's Day, it's every day for you
Yeah. Thank
and for
you.
every mom.
Thank you. Yes. Happy Mother's Day to all those women who are moms, or like you said, different versions of moms. We're all moms in our own ways.
Yeah. Well, today we're talking about something that's extremely real. And
Mhm.
that is the anxiety hangover after socializing, how we feel after socializing for a couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah, this really speaks to me, and I mean, there is a clinical term for it, which is the post-event processing, but we like to say the anxiety hangover because it truly does feel like a hangover. Not that I would know because, I don't drink, but I know that we both don't drink, but we've all been there, and just the exhaustion after socializing can hit so hard. So just to play it out, just when you leave an event and everything seemed fine, you had a good time, but then, a few hours later, or even the next day, your brain starts questioning, did I say something wrong? Did I talk too much? Are people going to think I'm annoying? And then you just find yourself thinking about that, thinking about that, thinking about that, which I know we have all been there.
Yeah, yeah. Going back to calling it the anxiety socializing hangover, I am relating it to when after meeting with people, you truly just feel exhausted. And then talking about rumination, I agree. You are just questioning absolutely everything you just said, the interactions that you had with other individuals. Did you say too much, as you just mentioned? And that social evaluation just really heightens our awareness of the experience itself. And even though we I would say that we are very attuned and thoughtful and emotionally aware, that awareness turns inward and it's just all about what did we do wrong? So it becomes self criticism. So instead of that was a normal human interaction, just normalizing the experience and whatever just happened, it becomes a detailed analysis of everything that we just regretted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. And I think even in sessions, one of the or some of the most common thoughts, because this happens to our clients a lot, right? They kinda just play it out, and they'll
Yeah.
they'll role play a conversation, and then they ask, "Did I say too much? Why did I share that?" Like, all these questions, and which ties into what we call social evaluation sensitivity, which is a heightened awareness of how we're being perceived by others, which I think, again, everyone is guilty of that one time or another, just being with friends or strangers and just wondering, "How are people perceiving me?" And people who actually experience this are actually very attuned, thoughtful, and emotionally aware. So that
Another huge piece of this is something we call masking.
Mhm. Which is when you consciously or even unconsciously adjust your behavior to fit that social environment. So maybe forcing yourself to be more outgoing than you actually feel, or filtering your thoughts, even just being so hyper aware of monitoring how you're coming across to others, which takes a lot of energy, which makes sense as to why some people literally feel hungover after socializing.
Mm, yeah, depleted, depleted. And from depletion, and then it goes to a little bit of anxiety because when you are overthinking, that is a symptom of anxiety. And just to clarify something very important here, anxiety is normal and it protects us. And I know that we're always talking about that. And there's also introversion. So being drained after socializing, it doesn't automatically mean that you have social anxiety. It also means that you could be a little bit introverted. And introversion, it's about how you recharge. You can enjoy people and still need to be alone to reset. So
Mhm.
I would say that, or I honestly do relate to that a lot because I do enjoy being with people, but I also do enjoy being alone. Like both for me are necessary and
Same.
are true. Like I do need to be alone in order to recharge. Do you do you relate to that as well, Christina?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that I think during COVID or even just, like, throughout COVID, I realized that I'm more of an introvert than I realized because as awful as COVID was, of course, we were all forced to essentially be introverts,
Mhm.
and, I did find myself kind of enjoying it, like, just not feeling like I have to go out and socialize, so, yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah. Not only that you didn't have to, you technically couldn't.
Yeah, like, we
It
were
became
forced to
illegal.
just stay home, which was, like, I mean, again, it's such an awful time, but,
Yeah.
we were forced to do nothing.
Yeah. 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 It takes me back to 2020. It's unbelievable how that just happened 6 years ago.
I know.
We could have a whole episode about the anxieties that we felt during COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell people that mental health diagnoses are like, there is gonna be something COVID related in the DSM, like COVID things, whatever, I don't know, something,
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah. In the
um
near future, when the new revision comes out.
yeah, seriously,
Anyhow, we went a little bit off topic there, but
that's okay. Let's jump into the therapy insights, so what actually helps. So what do we actually do with all this information? I think with most things that we talk about in therapy, first, we just wanna normalize it, and just recognizing that our brains are truly just trying to process different experiences in different ways. It just tends to overprocess sometimes. And then, secondly, we can name what's happening.
Mhm.
So just even saying it out loud, or I tell myself, this is, this is that post event processing, it's rumination. And that alone, I think, can distance ourselves from the spiral that's going on.
Yeah, that's very important. Naming, I like to call it pause, breathe, meditate,
Hmm.
or pause, breathe, walk away. It
Yeah.
really helps on decreasing, or as you mentioned, distancing ourselves from the spiral, or not having a full spiral or a full episode of whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah.
And the third I would add would be a gentle reality check. You can ask yourself,
Mhm.
what actual evidence do I have that something went wrong? Or would I judge someone else this harshly?
Yeah.
And that's
I
a
love
good one.
those
I like
questions.
to encourage clients to ask themselves,
Hmm.
were- if it were you, what's an advice that you would give a client or a friend, sorry, in the same situation? So
Hmm.
it really helps to put some distance between what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what's actually going on. And the
Yeah.
last one would be to redirect, not to suppress, to redirect, because your brain is going to try to pull you back in. And it's like,
Mhm.
wait, we're not done analyzing, we're not done ruminating. And you can talk back to it and say, we are, we actually are.
Yeah, I always tell people to talk to your brain like it's another person, and sometimes you just have to tell them, "Be quiet," or a little more harsh, like, "Shut up," "I had fun, and that's what it was, and we're gonna just move on from this rumination."
Yes, I agree. I think it's healthy to talk back to oneself a little bit. Yeah. And to your
Yeah,
thoughts. Like it's okay to challenge them as we should. And with
yeah,
that, let's transition into our favorite segment, which are our anxiety wins and guilty pleasures. So would you like
yes.
to begin, madam?
Sure, I think on this topic, I did go out and I socialized with friends, and I didn't replay every single conversation, and it's interesting because I actually went out with some people that are moms and that we've reconnected through becoming moms. I went to high school with them, and to be honest, I was a little anxious leading up to it because 'cause I'm thinking like, what are we gonna talk about? But it ended up being really enjoyable, and I didn't find myself overthinking anything that I said, so I was really proud of myself on that.
That is progress. And for that, I'm very proud of you too.
Thank you. What was
So glad that
yours?
you are proud of yourself as you should.
Thank you. What was
Um,
yours?
yeah. Well, in regards to this topic as well, this past weekend, I went out 3 days in a row, Friday,
Mm,
Saturday, Sunday. That life is not for me. I can't do it, but I did it, and I was proud of myself for doing
good job. It's all about progress, baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. Okay. What were your guilty pleasures?
My guilty pleasures, let's see. I did some online retail therapy for my daughter and myself. And just thinking ahead in terms of Mother's Day, I did schedule a 60-minute body massage as well as a 60-minute not a head massage, but have you seen those things that are trending? They, like, wash your hair and stuff. I guess it is a
Yeah.
head massage.
Oh my gosh, how wonderful.
Yeah. So
This
that's my future guilty pleasure.
Yes, I'm glad. It's well
Thank
deserved,
you.
and I'm glad that you're going to have 60 minutes of real technically, it's going to be 120 minutes of full
Yeah,
relaxation. Stay present
yeah,
in the moment, just really try to disconnect and relax and enjoy yourself. I'm so happy that you're gonna do that.
yeah, I'm really excited. What about you?
Well, I can't wait to try those new head massages.
I'll tell you how it goes.
Yeah, that sounds fun. Okay, so for me, guilty pleasure was doing a little bit of gardening. It's actually work,
Nice.
but I also do enjoy it.
Mhm.
Mark Stewart says that if you want to be happy, to grow a garden. If you really want to be happy, grow a garden. So
That's so
I'm
true.
doing that one plant at a time, and I'm very happy.
Such a healthy guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it helps me relax as well, believe it or not. But let's wrap this up. So
Yeah.
if you're listening to this and you're thinking, this is me, we just want you to know that you're not alone. You're not socially awkward. You don't have social anxiety. You're not too much. Um, you're just, you're just overthinking, and that's okay, which we do sometimes. We just need to call it out. And the goal, it's not to never reflect. It's just to reflect with compassion instead of criticism. That's what we really want to do.
Mhm. Yeah, and also we just wanna remind everyone that most people aren't thinking the same thoughts that we are thinking. No one is replaying the words that you said. They're replaying their own. We're all just trying to make it here. We're probably all overthinking. So, just tell yourself that all these thoughts are just, they're not true. So, thank you for being here with us. And as always, take care of your mind, be gentle with yourself, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, we'll see you next time. And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to rate and subscribe. Thank you so much.
Bye.